Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a really common growing pain. What happens when the very team that's supposed to guarantee reliability and speed actually becomes a speed bump? We're going to break down how to structure your SRE teams to not just fight fires, but to actually fuel your growth.
So let's just dive right in. Does this sound familiar? Your site reliability engineering team, your SREs, the heroes who kept the lights on, are now totally swamped. Every single product team needs something from them, and all of a sudden, everything from new features to critical reliability work just starts to slow way down. Now, the first instinct for a lot of people is, well, let's just hire more SREs. But honestly, that usually just makes the bottleneck even bigger. The real secret, the thing we're going to get into today, is about dividing and conquering. It's about specialization. All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about why that single SRE team model eventually just breaks. Then we'll introduce the two specialized roles that fix this, the platform SRE and the product SRE. After that, we'll see how they actually work together, and we'll finish up with some common traps you definitely want to avoid. Okay, first things first, let's really understand the problem we're trying to solve. Why exactly does that traditional one-size-fits-all SRE team eventually hit a massive wall? Well, as your company gets bigger, that single team just can't keep up. They become this central choke point for every single request. And the cognitive load, just think about the mental energy it takes to deeply understand every service, all the infrastructure, especially in a multi-cloud world. It becomes totally unmanageable. And the result? Everything slows to a crawl.
And I really want to hammer this point home. Splitting the SRE role is not about creating some new layer of management or a new hierarchy. Nope. This is all about separating concerns. It's about creating focused teams that can get really good at their specific domain, which in turn lets the entire organization move faster and build more solid systems.
So let's meet the first of our specialists. This is the platform SRE. You can think of these folks as the ones building the absolute bedrock that your entire company runs on. The best analogy is to think of them as the civil engineers for your company's digital city, okay? They're not building the flashy skyscrapers. They're the ones building the power grid, the water system, the highways, all that core infrastructure that every single building needs to even exist.
So what's on their plate? We're talking the big, shared, foundational stuff. Things like your Kubernetes clusters, your CI/CD pipelines, that's continuous integration and delivery, your core networking, and your whole observability stack. They provide these stable, well-designed building blocks so everyone else can build and ship code with confidence.
And crucially, their mindset is totally different. They are constantly thinking about the blast radius of any change. They're obsessed with making sure things are consistent, whether you're on one cloud or another. And their number one goal is enablement. How can we make life safer and easier for hundreds of other engineers? Now for the other half of this dynamic duo. Let's talk about the product SRE. So if the platform SREs are our civil engineers, then the product SREs are the expert architects. They are designing and making sure a specific skyscraper is stable and sound. Your main customer API or your mobile app's backend. They take that shared city infrastructure and build something amazing on top of it. Their entire world is the product. They are embedded, living, and breathing with one specific product team. They're the ones who define the reliability targets, the service level objectives, or SLOs, that actually matter to your customers. They own that product's error budget, and they're the ones leading the charge when a customer-facing incident happens.
Their focus is just laser sharp on the end user. They're always asking, what is the customer experiencing right this second? How can we ship this next feature both safely and quickly? They're the ultimate owner of their service's reliability, and they translate all the powerful tools from the platform team into a great experience for your customers.
Putting it side by side like this really makes the difference pop. Just look at their success metrics, right? A platform SRE wins when their platform is stable and lots of people are using it. A product SRE wins when their specific service hits its reliability targets. Their on-call focus is completely different, but you can see how they perfectly complement each other. Okay, so we've got these two specialized rules. The million-dollar question is, how do they actually work together without just creating new silos or tripping over each other? Well, the magic is all about having clear boundaries and shared processes. Let's walk through a super common scenario, launching a big new feature. The product SRE kicks it off. They define the new reliability goals and what kind of load they expect. Then they go partner with the platform SRE, who checks to see if the underlying infrastructure can actually handle it. They review the whole plan together and coordinate who's on call. See? It's a real partnership.
And this clarity becomes an absolute lifesaver during an incident. The product SRE is the incident commander for their service. They own it, end to end. But if the investigation starts pointing to a problem with, say, the core Kubernetes cluster, they immediately pull in the platform SRE, who then focuses only on fixing that core service. Clear roles mean you solve problems way faster.
All right, finally, let's be real. Implementing a new model like this isn't always smooth sailing. There are definitely some traps you can fall into, so let's cover a few common anti-patterns you need to watch out for.
The single biggest danger is letting your platform SRE team turn into just a reactive ticket queue, basically a glorified help desk. No, they have to be proactive enablers. And on the flip side, you can't have your product SREs going rogue and just ignoring the platform standards to move faster. And this is a big one. You absolutely cannot measure both of these teams by the same KPIs because they are solving fundamentally different problems. So, as we wrap this up, the big question to ask yourself is this: is your current structure holding you back? Specializing your SRE teams isn't just about shuffling boxes on an org chart. It's a really strategic move. It's how you build an organization that can scale its innovation and its reliability at the same time. It's how you get ready for tomorrow's complexity, starting right now.